You've probably heard of the ISA, the UK's famous tax-free shield for your investments. And if you're using one, you're already playing the money game smarter than most. But what if I told you there's another, even more powerful cheat code hidden in the UK's financial system? One the rulebook doesn't exactly shout about. What if I told you the government will give you a guaranteed 25% return on your money right from day one? In this video, I'm going to show you how to unlock the UK's other cheat code, the self-invested personal pension. Let's be real, default settings are almost never the best settings. It's true in video games and it's definitely true in your financial life. The path of least resistance is designed to be good enough for the masses, not for someone who actually wants to win. Most of us get automatically enrolled in a workplace pension. We see a slice of our paycheck vanish. Our employer hopefully chips in a bit, we just trust the process. But have you ever actually looked at where that money is going? The funds are usually generic, the fees can be way higher than you think, and your control over it all is basically zero. It's a passive system, it's designed to stop you from ending with nothing, but it's not designed to help you build serious, life-changing wealth. It's like being stuck on the tutorial level for your entire career. The system hides the next level because the default is easier for them to manage. It keeps you in a mediocre, high-fee funds because it requires zero effort from you, but you are leaving an incredible amount of power on the table. The power to choose your own investments, slash your fees, and most importantly, activate a government-sponsored power-up that literally gives you free money. This isn't some shady loophole, it's a feature of the game that the instruction manual conveniently forgets to mention. So what is the cheat code? It's called a self-invested personal pension, or a SIP. Think of it this way, your ISA is a tax-free container, a shield. A SIP is also a container or a wrapper, but this one comes with a serious offensive weapon, tax relief. And this is how we get that guaranteed 25% return I promised you. When you earn money, you pay income tax on it. But if you decide to put some of the after-tax money into a SIP, the government essentially says, hang on, that was for your retirement. You shouldn't have been taxed on that. Here you go. And they give you the tax back directly into your pension. Let's make it simple. As a basic rate taxpayer, you pay 20% tax. To take home £100, you have to earn £125 before the taxman takes his £25 cut. But when you put that £100 of your taxed money into a SIP, the government adds that £25 right back into your pot. You put in £100 and your SIP balance immediately shows £125. That is a 25% return on your contribution, instantly guaranteed. You haven't even invested a single thing yet and you're already up 25%. No investment on earth can promise that. And it gets even better if you're a higher earner. If you pay 40% tax, you still get that instant 20% top up in your SIP, turning that £100 into £125, but then you can claim back another 20% on your self-assessment tax return, lowering your overall tax bill for the year. For additional rate taxpayers, it's a similar deal, letting you claim back up to a total of 45%. It is without a doubt the most powerful government-backed investment incentive we have in the UK. Now, like any good cheat code, there are rules. Think of these as game's basic mechanics. 3 of them really matter. Rule number 1 is the tax relief we just talked about. That's the heart of the cheat code. The government refunds your income tax directly into your pension. Rule number 2 is the annual allowance. This is the max you can put into all your pensions in one tax year and get tax relief. For the 2025-2026 tax year, it's $60,000 or 100% of your salary, whichever is lower. This $60,000 cap includes what you put in, the government's top up, and anything your employer adds. For most of us, that's a massive ceiling you're unlikely to hit, but it's good to know the boundaries of the playing field, and even if you have no UK earnings, you can still put up to £2,880 each year, which the government will top up to £3,600. Rule number 3 is the most important for understanding what a SIP is for, the access age. You can't touch this money until you hit a certain age, which is currently 55. This is set to rise to 57 from April 2028. Now, a lot of people see this as a flaw. I see it as a feature. It's the game saving you from yourself. It forces you to think long term. This isn't your buy a new car fund. This is your I never have to Never Work Again fund. When you do finally unlock it, you can typically take the first 25% completely tax-free, up to a limit of $268,275 for most people, and the rest is taxed as income when you take it. This is where the SIP goes from great to absolutely game-changing. It's where we combine that 25% instant boost with the magic of compounding. We know compounding in an ISA is powerful. Your money earns returns, and those returns earn their own returns, creating a snowball of wealth. But with a SIP, you're compounding on an even bigger snowball from day one. You're not just earning returns on your money, you're earning returns on the government's money too. Let's run the numbers. Imagine you're 27 and you invest £300 of your after-tax money every month until you're 57. In an ISA, assuming a 7% average annual return, that £300 a month would grow into a pot of around £507,000. That's amazing. Now let's hit the SIP cheat code. That same £300 a month from you gets that instant 25% tax relief boost, meaning £375 a month actually gets invested. You don't feel a penny's difference in your pocket, but your investment power is supercharged. Compounding that £375 a month at the same 7% over 30 years doesn't just give you a bit more, it gives you a pot of over £633,000. That's a difference of £126,000. That is a life-altering amount of money, and the only thing you changed was choosing a different wrapper. You did nothing extra. This is the SIP's XP multiplier in action. Over decades, that free money from tax relief just keeps compounding, pulling your portfolio into a completely different league. If you're starting to see just how powerful this is, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about finding those winning strategies that the system doesn't advertise. Okay, you're sold, but what do you actually invest in inside this magic SIP wrapper? And where do you even get one? This is choosing your loadout. Unlike your workplace pension with its handful of pricey, generic funds, a SIP gives you the freedom of the entire market. Stocks, bonds, and thousands of funds. For most people, myself included, the best strategy is boring and beautiful. A single, low-cost, globally diversified index fund is the perfect set-it-and-forget-it option. It gives you a tiny slice of thousands of companies across the world for a rock bottom fee. The second part of your loadout is your platform, and this choice is critical. Fees are the silent killer of growth. A 0.5% difference in fees can cost you tens, even hundreds of thousands of pounds over a lifetime. For beginners who just want a simple index fund, Vanguard is often the top choice for its incredibly low costs and no frills platform. If you want a bit more control, a wider choice of investments, and a great user experience, a platform like AJ Bell is a fantastic all-rounder for a competitive price. And if you've got old workplace pensions from previous jobs lying around, a service called PensionBee is brilliant at tracking them down and pulling them all into one single SIP for you. Opening an account is ridiculously easy. It takes about 15 minutes online. You just need your national insurance number and bank details, and you can start a monthly contribution from as little as £25. Before you master this cheat code, you have to face the end-of-level boss, the myths and fears that stop people. First boss, isn't my workplace pension enough? For most of us, honestly, no. You should absolutely contribute enough to get your full employer match. That's even more free money, but after that, you can do even better. Workplace plans can have limited, expensive funds. The winning strategy isn't workplace or SIP, it's workplace and SIP. Get the free employer cash first, then funnel an extra pension savings into your own low-cost, high-control SIP. Second boss, but the government might change the rules. It's a fair question. The access age is already going up. Politicians love to tinker, but here's the bottom line. Tax relief on pensions has been a cornerstone of the UK system for over 100 years. The details may shift, but the core idea isn't going anywhere. The real risk isn't that the rules might change someday. The real risk is doing nothing today and letting inflation and missed opportunities destroy your future wealth. So where does the SIP fit with the ISA? It's about using the right tool for the job. Your ISA is your flexible tax-free shields for medium-term goals like house deposit or just building a pot of cash you can access anytime. The SIP is your locked-in, long-range weapon. It's less flexible, but that upfront tax relief Relief makes it massively more powerful for its one single mission, your retirement. The ultimate loadout for most people looks like this. Pay into your workplace pension enough to get the maximum employer match, use your £20,000 annual ISA allowance for flexible tax-free growth, steer all other long-term investment money into your SIP to max out that tax relief cheat code. All this knowledge is useless if you don't act on it, so here is your first quest, a simple 30-day plan to get this done. Day 1, log into your workplace pension, just find out what you're paying in, what your employer is paying in, and what fund you're in. That's it, knowledge is power. Day 2, go to a provider's website like Vanguard or AJ Bell and just open a SIP. It takes 15 minutes, don't overthink it, just open the account. Day 3, set up a tiny manageable direct debit, start with £50 a month. That £50 will instantly become £62.50 in your account thanks to tax relief. You can always change it later, the most important step is just getting started. Day 30, your first contribution is in, now automate it and let it run, let the systems do the work for you. The SIP isn't some complicated product for the super rich, it's a tool. It's a mechanism available to every single one of us in the UK who wants to take control of our future. It's the other and arguably more powerful cheat code in the system. By understanding and using tax relief, you are literally getting the government to help you fund your retirement. You're turning the tax system from a headwind that holds you back into a tailwind that pushes you forward. So now that you know the cheat code, what's your next move going to be? Let me know in the comments below.